Well, hello, my people. Morning and welcome to the Victor Wilt Show, or evening, or whatever time it is you're listening to this, if you're listening on demand. Right now, it's morning, and it definitely feels like it. Jeez. Well, I guess to start the show, might as well address a post that I've been interacting with on Facebook. It was in the Life in Idaho Falls Facebook group. Somebody posted, complaining about country music on Z103. And, it was a person about my age. And over the years, the type of music played on Z103 has shifted based on current trends. Like back in the late 90s. You might not remember this, but, rock was a lot more mainstream. So back in the late 90s, there was a lot more rock music getting played on Z103. Then things shifted, kind of went into the, really poppy and dancey stuff, which Z's always played, but rock kind of, as far as in the big mainstream, it just kind of fizzled out a bit, which sucks for the bands, but I think it led to more innovation, and now we're in a great state as far as the world of rock and metal goes. But anyhow, Z103 is a top 40 music station. It's not a pop station. It's not a dance station. It's a top 40 station. Plays all kinds of music. Hip-hop, rock music, pop music, and as of late, within the last couple years, country music. Yeah. Country music right now is the most popular it's ever been. And for people from the 90s, or most of us are from the 90s, but for people who are, maybe in their teens or older, you might think back and be like, oh, country was the biggest it's ever been in the 90s. Well, you did have, Garth Brooks, who was, a phenomenon in that music space, massive. But I don't know. I think some of these newer country artists, Morgan Wallen, for example, they've got to be at that same level. And then you've got big, popular pop artists shifting to country, like Post Malone. Chappell Roan just put out a country song. These are like, if you listen to Morgan Wallen, that is pop music, all right? A lot of modern country is pop music. It doesn't sound like the 90s country music, which I've talked about 90s country music before. In my personal opinion, 90s country music, it's not good. It's something about the tone, the vibe. I just don't dig it. I think there's way better country music out nowadays than there ever has been. And I'm not the Morgan Wallen guy. I'm more into the... they call it, outlaw or red dirt. Your Sturgill Simpsons or Billy Strings, Coulter Wall, Jason Isbell, that kind of stuff. Good stuff, quality stuff. Cody Jinks, who's coming to town, by the way. Anyhow, I dove in and started explaining, like, hey, Z103 just plays what's popular, and country music is massive. If you're going to play the most popular music, you have to throw some of those songs in. And, when a staple artist from the format like Post Malone's putting out country music, or Chappell Roan, you kind of have to play it. So I pulled up the list of the most popular songs in East Idaho. Yes, I have access to that kind of information. I can see what artists, what songs are getting listened to the most on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, etc. So not even just, talk about what radio stations are playing the most, but what people are actually listening to the most. And I'd say, looking at this list here, about 8 out of 10 songs that are popular in East Idaho, the most popular music, country music. It just is. Sam Barber, Indigo, one of those songs we play on Z103. That is one of the most popular songs here in East Idaho. Then you got Big X The Plug, all the way. That's another, it's a country rap song. It's like half country, half rap. Shabuzi, good news, more pop country. Shabuzi, Tipsy, pop country. Thomas Rhett, Something About a Woman, country. Cody Johnson, I'm Gonna Love You, country. Morgan Wallen, Just in Case, country. Now you got a few pop artists floating around in there. I mean, Alex Warren's kind of got a southern vibe at times. That's the most popular track in East Idaho right now. But then you see, some Lady Gaga, some Kendrick Lamar, Benson Boone. But for the most part, East Idaho is listening to country music. So it would be foolish to not play pop country music that is the most popular music in East Idaho on Z103. Okay? I'm not busting out, I don't know, Cody Jinks, but just go listen to some Morgan Wallen. We've pointed out Morgan Wallen on the show before. Definitely pop music, all right? So anyhow, thankfully it ended up being a pretty reasonable discussion, as things, sometimes are not when it comes to the Life in Idaho Falls Facebook group. But yeah, I just figured I'd try to explain it a little bit, because I know most people think about Z103 as being a pop station, but if you look at the history of Top 40, it's just a format that plays the most popular music, whether that's rock, hip-hop, dance, or even country. It's not a specific, genre as far as how you program that type of station. So it is what it is. And country music's bleeding into every format. I mean, we've had discussions about it on K-Bear because there are country artists putting out rock songs like Jelly Roll, Hardy, and so on. And there are other artists that blend in these country flavors into, sometimes weird progressive music, like Bill Murray, for example. Definite country vibes at times, but you're not going to hear Bill Murray on a country station. And when these type of tracks are super popular, we kind of gotta play them. We've done polls on them, like what was the name of that one female artist? Royale Lynn. Definitely country vibes, but when we polled it out, you guys wanted to hear it. At least half of you. And that's the deal with radio. You're not going to like every song. I certainly don't like every song we play on K-Bear. I don't. And a lot of radio programmers will program that way. I think this is a crappy song. Well, that's your personal taste, okay? If every song I didn't like, I just didn't play, do you know how boring our playlist would be? I mean, not to me. It'd be great. But a radio station is not supposed to appease one person. You kind of need to draw in everyone. So you have to play a little bit of everything, because everybody has different taste in music. Anyway, that's what was going on Facebook. That was my recent Facebook argument. I wouldn't even call it an argument. I just was quick to dive in and defend my programming on Z103. It was an attack right on me. They even said, music directors sometimes make mistakes. Oh, how dare you? How dare you? Let's take a look at a post about smells at concerts. Everybody loves the smells at a concert, right? Ew! But this one's surprisingly not that kind of smell. Yeah, not body odor. No. All right, this person posted, not using a throwaway because I hate myself, I guess. Posting from their own profile, letting you know about their stink. All right, they said, last night my friend and I went to a concert an hour away. We got there early and decided to get something to eat. We shared some spicy Korean fried chicken and a panini. Get to the concert, and about an hour in, I thought the smell, a straight-up sausage and bell peppers smell, was my friend burping or something. A little while later, the smell comes again. I'm confused. We were talking, she didn't burp, so I'm like, okay, someone else is probably burping, or maybe they snuck some bell peppers in. Smell was so random and brief, but so consuming. Time passes, the smell appears once more. She says something along the lines of, I keep smelling bell peppers, and I'm like, me too. We had a laugh. when we were finally able to hear one another leaving the theater and head home. All is well, writing this now the day after. The smell was me. I just farted. And yeah, I was shocked. Spicy food can upset my stomach sometimes. And TBH, I don't think I even fully noticed I was slipping out farts at the function because I was so overwhelmed. And when I did discreetly let one out, I did not imagine it was that smell somehow. You know, if only farts always smelled like just, fresh vegetables. A fresh bell pepper smell. Usually that's not how it goes. Man, the funniest fart I ever saw was at, not a concert, but it was at the Knitting Factory in Boise. And you're probably going, what do you mean fart you saw? Let me explain. Okay, we were at a wrestling event for little people. All right, you know what I'm talking about? Very entertaining. I went there with my homie. His name is Nick. I talk about him on air often enough. I don't know if he'll listen to this, so he wouldn't mind if I threw him under the bus anyway. So we're in the crowd, and I think we had a pretty good meal before this event. And Nick ripped out the nastiest fart ever. I mean, it was vile, wretched vile. And the reason I said the, craziest fart I ever saw was because you could watch the fart travel through the crowd, okay? You could see when it reached each person in the crowd and their face twisted into, a grimace of pain. And oh my goodness, did we laugh. Oh, I'm sure I've laughed that hard, but have I ever laughed harder? I don't know. It was hilarious. So sometimes a fart at a concert, as rude as it is, it can be really funny. Really funny. Well, anyway, there's some fart talk for you. Fart Talk 101. Well, guess time to bust out the conspiracy theory music. This headline's bizarre. The White House says it has tech that can manipulate time and space. Oh boy. Yeah, apparently science advisor Michael Kratsios, I don't know how you say his name, sorry, has gone viral after a speech in which he claimed U.S. technology can manipulate time and space, prompting online speculation. Well, yeah, no kidding. What does he mean by that? Now, they haven't issued a formal clarification, but they're saying in these articles I was looking at that he was probably using metaphors, referring to the transformative nature of modern innovation, not literal manipulation of space-time or the invention of time travel. Well, do you think if they could manipulate time and space, they would tell us? No, they wouldn't tell us at all. It's just like aliens. I'm surprised they've said anything relating to, we don't know what certain crafts are. If they actually knew aliens were out there, they wouldn't tell us. People would panic. It would, upend reality as we know it. It's kind of like if an asteroid was going to crash to Earth and destroy the planet. I don't think they'd tell us because of the panic that would ensue afterward. So this is what the guy said. Our technologies permit us to manipulate time and space. They leave distance annihilated, cause things to grow, and improve productivity. All right. Yeah, I think he was just trying to be grandiose, but anytime I see the government say something like, yeah, we can manipulate time and space, it's like, well, is that why everything's been so weird for about the last, 15 years or so? Things got really strange. Don't you wake up sometimes and go, what happened? What is going on with our world? Why is it so crazy? Because they're tinkering with time travel. Ain't you ever seen Back to the Future? Nah, Back to the Future, it was a warning. You can't interfere with the past or the future. All right? So I would like to officially put my foot down and say I'm opposed to the government attempting to manipulate time and space. Okay? They can't do the like normal things we need them to do right. So, yeah, let's go ahead and avoid time travel. I just churned out a YouTube reaction video to a new Morgan Wallen and Post Malone song. You'll have to hear the song if you want to check out the video, but I did upload that to YouTube. It was okay. It was okay. You know, I'm not big into Morgan Wallen. You know, it's just not my thing. All right. But I figured it's going to be a popular song, so I should react to that video because hopefully it'll get us some YouTube action. You ever checked out the K-Bear YouTube channel? We post stuff. Interviews, song reactions, dumb garbage. K-Bear 101 RMG is the channel you're going to be looking for. And you should go check it out. You should subscribe. You should give the videos a like. Blah, 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 blah. Because we can always use the old support. All right? Got to take over the world. And to do so, kind of got to take over parts of the internet as well. So hopefully it drives people to listen to the radio station. I see people just constantly complaining about their local rock stations. And I try to tell them, hey, we have a free app. Yeah, you can just fire us up. Stop listening to that garbage. But I need to work harder. Need to churn out more content. Actually, what I need to do right now is work on finding some freak news. So I will do that. And then we'll come back in a few and we'll get into the dumbest news of the day. Well, probably not the dumbest news of the day. Unfortunately now, the dumbest news of the day is usually related to politics, and people are so psychotic. I've just given up on, bringing pretty much anything up because people are just too crazy. So, for those of you who don't enjoy when I slip in a little bit of a political matter, I think you're going to be pretty good for today, at least. All right? You've exhausted me. All right. Back in a few with that freak news. Hang on. Okay. Looks like we've got a decent pile of freak news today, so let's go. Let's party. The Virginia state flag has been banned in Texas. Well, at least at schools. Yeah, it's a very inappropriate flag if I've ever seen one. You've got what looks like some type of a warrior, female warrior, with a robe on, I guess more of like a toga, holding a spear. And this is a cartoon-style graphic. Like when you see a state seal, they're drawn. They're not pictures. But there's one exposed boob. Oh, no! Not the evil boobs! Oh! The hypocrisy when it comes to boobs is just so ridiculous to me. I don't care what anybody says. I just don't buy it that there is anybody out there anywhere who is offended by boobs, okay? Anytime the topic of, boobs comes up, you'll see these arguments like, okay, the ladies can't be wandering around topless in public, but, if they're feeding a baby, it's okay. Okay, what's the difference aside from obviously, babies need to eat to survive. We get it. It's still an exposed boob. If that doesn't bother you, why would one without a baby attached to it bother you? You're lying if you say that it does bother you. So anyway, this is a cartoon state flag. But apparently, that might just destroy the minds of the children. So we got to go ahead and ban that. What's with them banning everything in this day and age? Can we maybe do a reversal on that rather than banning more stuff? Maybe we do the opposite? Remove useless bans on things? It's like the FCC radio language rules and broadcast TV rules. Fire up YouTube. You can hear every kind of vile thing you could ever possibly imagine. Fire up Spotify. And fire up anything on the internet. Okay, anyway. I don't really feel the need to swear on air. I don't know if I could ever bring myself to do it even if it was legal. But it's still, it's just so silly. It's so silly. All right. So anyway, beware the Virginia state flag. Speaking of banning things, in Fredericksburg, Texas is just banning stuff left and right. They're like competing with Idaho. Oh, we see Idaho banning everything imaginable. What can we ban? All right, Virginia state flag. How about this cat at the library? Yeah, Fredericksburg, Texas. Funny, wasn't it just like 2 minutes ago? I'm like, I'm not going to get anything political. All right, well, when it comes to banning stupid things like cartoon boobs or cats, I'm going to go ahead and bring it up. Yeah, they had a cat that was a rescue cat that everybody loved at the Pioneer Memorial Library. But I guess the county commissioner's court and a judge decided Pepper's got to go. I'm looking at a picture of Pepper here. Cross-eyed cat. Very cute. Jade, all right. You remember when we had a mouse on the loose here at the building?
Yep.
There's something wrong with that mic, by the way. When you moved it, it went... Well, don't continue to do it. No, I
do what I want.
I was just talking about Texas banning a cat from the library. You know, they have this cat that would, take care.
Can't have those evil creatures getting too smart.
Oh,
they're already plotting death of all humans.
That's it. They didn't want him to read those evil books.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Go back to being the guardians of the underworld. Can't let them get too smart.
Yeah, I figured, it'd keep the mice away. Mice chew up books. They drop dookie all over books. Mice are bad for books, man. When I had my books in a storage unit for a little bit, I was scared to death that I was going to find them chewed up and covered in mouse turd. But thankfully, that didn't happen. So anyway, Pepper's been banned. Cartoon boobs have been banned.
I was hearing the boob thing.
Well, they're very offensive,
What's the difference between that and a fat guy going shirtless?
Yeah, there is none.
It's the same thing.
It's the exact same thing. It's so ridiculous. Ridiculous.
That's why you can't not wear a shirt outside.
I'm going to take my shirt off right now.
Oh, please don't.
We don't
it's
have
highly
rules.
Offensive.
I didn't see a shirt or a sign that said no shirt, no shoes, no show when I walked in.
I'm about to put one up.
No, come on. We've already got the no food, no drink rule. At least let me sit here and do it.
No fat guys in the studio.
Have you ever done a radio show shirtless?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. One of these days when no one's in the building, I'll just strip down completely.
In the old building where sometimes the air conditioning didn't work very well.
Oh, over there in Blackfoot, huh?
It was extremely hot in there.
So you just took it all off, huh?
Oh, yeah.
I bet that felt pretty empowering to do a radio show naked.
Granted, I was the 7 to midnight guy or the weekend guy, so it didn't really matter.
Well, the only people that would really have to put up with it would be Josh and Chantel if I did it between 6 and 8 a.m.
Ain't nobody want to see that.
Just speak for yourself. There's got to be a few out there. It wouldn't be a good sight. We'll continue on talking about naked people, I guess. Got a naked man in China arrested after injuring 3 police officers during an arrest. I think if you're naked and you can actually injure 3 police, that's kind of impressive. Have you ever tried to fight naked, Jade?
No.
Yeah, dude.
Sounds terrible.
It does sound terrible.
Frightening.
You'd think it'd be pretty easy to take out a naked man.
Now the question is, have you ever tried to fight a naked man?
Okay.
I think that's equally terrifying.
Now, I have had to deal with unruly naked men before. You remember my friend Joe? R.I.P. to Joe. Joe liked to take his clothes off. All right? It was just what he did. He'd be hanging out. Next thing you know, Joe would wander out from the other room, no clothes. And, depending on the amount of beer.
I've had a couple friends like that, too.
Like, Joe! It's 3 p.m. Go put your pants back on. Jeez. But yeah, thankfully never had to fight him. Like, hold down a naked man. Settle down. Stop it. If they're all like sweaty or something, they'd slip out of your hand. It'd be a nightmare to try to deal with an unruly naked man.
Better move on from the subject.
I don't know. It's kind of fun to talk about. All right, everybody. I'm going to find out what work Jade's got for me, and we'll be back. All right, if you're going to have a medical procedure done, you should make sure to do that at an actual doctor's office. If some guy claims to be a surgeon and invites you to his home to remove your butt implants, don't go, all right? Just don't do it. You might end up dead, like this 31-year-old New York City woman. Had an unlicensed surgeon botch a procedure to remove her butt implants. I guess he injected her with, lidocaine, and caused her to go into cardiac arrest, and she dead. Now, she was removed from this guy's house and taken to the hospital, and didn't end good. Lidocaine toxicity. Now, plastic surgery of any sort, going to be expensive. I'm sure getting your butt implants removed is expensive, but there are just certain things you can't go for the discount route, okay? Medical procedures, very high up on that list of things that you don't want to have done at a discount in some guy's, spare bedroom. It's a sad story, You don't want to leave this planet early trying to get your butt implants removed. I mean, maybe don't get the butt implants to begin with, but you know what? To each their own. You want to modify your body. I'm all for it. It's your body. You do what you want, but just try to do it in a safe and logical way. Okay? I mean, I'm looking at the mugshot of the guy. He looks friendly, but friendly people can be dumb. All right? They can be lacking in the necessary skills to remove butt implants. All right? So just keep yourself safe. Just use your head, people. Thank you again for tuning in to The Victor Welch Show. This program is a production of Riverbend Media Group. To contact the show or for more information, hit us up at riverbendmediagroup.com.